Behind every idea, we will hear a story of dedication, persistence, and courage. Many of our finalists today come from communities facing complex development challenges, including fragile and underserved contexts. Yet they have chosen to invest their time, talent, and creativity into building solutions that can improve lives and expand opportunities for others. Their ideas span sectors as diverse as technology, agriculture, education, health, and financial inclusion. What unites them is a belief that innovation can be a force for positive change, and that is why this competition matters. It is not simply about pitching a business idea. It is about recognizing young leaders who are working at the intersection of innovation and impact, transforming challenges into opportunities for their communities. It is now my pleasure to welcome Miss World Africa 2025, Hasset Dereje, who will share the role of young people in driving innovation and lessons from her journey. A round of applause and thank you.
Oh my God, you guys. Thank you so much. How's everyone doing? Good. Oh, I'm a little nervous. I did this so many times, but it's like new. I want to say good afternoon to everyone. It's truly a privilege to be here. As he's introduced, my name is Hasset Dereje. I'm Miss World Africa 2025, and I'm also the youth champion. Thank you. Looking around this room, I see people from different countries, cultures, and experiences. But what bridges us together is the shared belief that young people have an important role in playing and shaping the future. As someone who has had the honor of serving as Miss World Africa and also in different leadership roles, I've met young people from different communities. And no matter where I go, I continue to see the same thing: extraordinary potential. I've met young people with innovative ideas, strong values, and genuine desires to make a difference, which often determines whether the potential becomes impact. It's not talent, it's opportunity. Opportunity through education, through mentorship, through access of resource, network, platform, where young people can contribute and lead. And I know the power of opportunity because it shaped my own journey. I don't want to read all this, but coming here was truly just a dream come true. And I believe that what I want you to learn from my story is perseverance, something called grit. Coming into the pageantry journey from Ethiopia was very hard because it wasn't very popular. So I have faced so many critics, I have faced so many people telling me that it's not going to work, but guess what? It did. Everyone only really cares about it when you make it, right? But I want to tell you that my father always told me, I say this a lot, but he always used to tell me that success has a lot of parents, but failures are orphaned. And that is the most truest thing I know. And I want you to know that keep on trying until it works out. And always be true to yourself, be present in the moment, and know that you matter, your story matters, and just be present, don't just exist. I feel like we hear it all the time, you know, the same thing all over again, but it truly is the code for everything, behind everything. So I don't want to talk too much also, but thank you so much for having me. Truly is an honor, and just believe in yourself, and whenever you think that it's so hard, just remember me, okay? Yeah, thank you.
Welcome to the pitch competition final. Woo! We are Juanita and Valeria, the pitch competition co-leads for this year's Youth Summit. And we're but believe me when I say that we're very happy to have all of you with us today. Today, we will see how entrepreneurship, innovation, and leadership take center of stage. Over the past few months, we received tons of applications from people all around the world, for more than 100 countries. And we were able to see the commitment of young people all around the world. we were able to see how they are solving problems for today most pressing development challenges. And we are very, very proud of this generation and for all these leaders. After a highly competitive process, we have 6 finalists that are here with us today. We want to thank to more than 50 World Bank experts that helped in all this process. With all their expertise, patience, and time, they help us to select these finalists and to bring them here with us today. And now, please, Juanita, go.
Thank you everyone for coming. I'm super excited to present today the 2 sets of teams that you will hear from. We will hear from 3 teams that are in the early venture track. So these are teams that already have a project that's developed and it's working on its implementation and scaling phases. And afterwards, we're gonna hear from the idea stage teams, which are teams that have a solid plan for action and are looking to build traction. With that being said, we can, if you can, oh, it's a clicker here. Thank you. This is the 3 teams for early venture track. We're gonna be hearing from Bionic Soul, eAgro, and Crustea. And for our idea track teams, we're gonna be hearing from Sankofa, Banfa, and Lesto Circular. And with us, let me introduce our distinguished jury members. So first off, we have Nate Holley, our Chief Operating Officer at Root Capital. Root Capital, oh yes, please.
Please, Nate.
Welcome, Nate. Root Capital is a social enterprise with more than 2 billion disbursements for over 2 million farmers in the different regions of Africa, Latin America, and Asia. Next off, we have James Reed. A Principal Special Operations Officer with IFC Special Operations Department, who has also been working with different business challenges in the IFC investment portfolio. And now we have Cecile Niang. Manager for Europe and Central Asia for Finance, Competitiveness, and Investments Global Department here at the World Bank Group. Today with us, we have 4 online finalists, and unfortunately, 2 of our finalists are going to be presenting online because we live in a global world where being here is always difficult, but thankfully we have this option. So first off, we're gonna have Bionic Soul. Umeima Joni is gonna be presenting for us.
Hello. Hello, everyone. Should we start? Okay. So, hello again. My name is Umeima, the co-founder and CEO of Bionic Soul, and today I'm here to share a story with you. You know there's a lower amputation every 30 seconds worldwide, and this number is expected to double by 2050 due to poverty, diabetes, Asian populations, and conflicts, resulting in an impacted quality of life of 65 million amputees living without adequate prosthetics. But shockingly, only 5% of them have secured their mobility due to the high costs and the limited supply. But on the other hand, this is Nadine, one of our first testers, and that's the feeling of confidence and independence she had right after using our prosthetic. She even practiced sport for the first time of her life. So I proudly say that Bionic Soul was created to address these challenges. We are a company developing mechanical and bionic prosthetics that are both high quality and 50% more affordable than those in the global markets. Currently, our products are ErgoLeg, a mechanical prosthetic for dynamic mobility, and BioniLeg, a smart intelligent prosthetic designed to seamlessly integrate within the user's body, facilitating a natural gait. By learning from the impurities, activity, and lifestyle, it predicts the upcoming movements and adapts in real time to make every step easier. It's autonomous power supply, AI-powered customizable, and it has a user-friendly mobile application for seamless connectivity built exclusively for amputees to give them, from day one, learn from every step and to connect to the prosthetic to manage the battery, modes, and continuous support. Moving from words to action, these are the very first videos of the journey. And here, we've replaced the expensive sensors used in conventional bionic prosthetics with an adaptive model that learns over time with multi-axis gyroscopes and pressure sensors to capture the motion data from more than 60 people for now of diverse morphologies, men and women of different ages and body types. And yes, we've left the lab. We are already working with 3 products, all fully tested and ready for market entry. 2 carbon fiber ankle models that integrate into the full prosthetic leg, and 1 engineered specifically for children, flexible enough to let them run and jump, and a TPU wheelchair cushion that breathes and redistributes pressure. This brings us closer to a global market of $6.6 billion, including $300 million in MEA. We will be selling mainly B2B to prosthetic centers, hospitals, and clinics, governments via ministries and NGOs as B2G, and also to amputees as B2C. So talking numbers, we will be selling ErgoLeg with only $3,000 and BioniLeg with $20,000. We'll provide maintenance services and customized products as well. So what makes us truly stand out is that we are making them accessible with a focus on MENA region, 50% less the price of those in markets, in the global markets, and with affordability and customization without compromising quality, aiming to be the first leg prosthetic manufacturers in Africa. We are not working this path alone. We do have our partners in research, in startup development, and close potential clients in pipeline. And what we should anchor on is that we do have commitments. It's $33,000 LOI signed, 11,000 unit pre-order in pipeline, clinical validation in one of the most prestigious and biggest hospitals in MENA, distribution locked in 3 markets, and an NGO partnership underway. We've secured $90,000 in grants and been recognized by national and international recognitions and awards and competitions. This year, we've started already the ISO certification, and by next year, we are projecting $300,000 in revenue driven by our strategic partners and early adopters. This is thanks to the strong team behind it all, backed by our diverse expert advisors with more than 60 years of experience from supply chain, product design, biomedical to quality auditing. So it's a tough, challenging journey, but we are committed to doing it. We are building prosthetics and building impact, proudly contributing to these SDGs. This is the impact we've started, and with your support, it can go even further. So join us to make this happen, and thank you so much. Thank you.
Now, please, if we go ahead with the jury question, and before we go that, please take your phones and scan this QR code, because we will have a dynamic here. You will be able to evaluate also to the pitch competition finalists, and we will have a win for the people's choice. So please, we can start with a question to Bionic Soul.
Can you hear me? Yes. Thank you so much. I mean, this is a very strong start. My question is, if I got this right, I think the costs of the bionic prosthetic is around $20,000. And my question is about affordability. How will this serve a large number of people? What's the plan?
Okay, thank you so much for your question. Mainly, the MENA region and Africa, most of them, they do import from Europe, China, and Germany, USA, and other countries. So this is the first reason. The second reason, we do not have local manufacturing here. So it's based on purely Tunisian engineering skills. and it's based on 100% carbon fiber. So I think, yeah, I think I've lost. Okay.
We can hear you.
Okay, great. Yes, the third and the last part is that we've replaced, as I've said, the very expensive and sophisticated gyroscopes and sensors with an adaptive model, which is machine learning, that will just replace those expensive sensors.
Okay, thank you so much, Umaima, and thank you, and congratulations again.
Thank you.
Now, please welcome to Eagro, who's Golden, who's going to present for Eagro. Please.
Hello, good evening.
Hi, Golden, we can hear you, so please go ahead. Thank you so much.
All right, so smallholder farmers produce most of Africa's food, yet most of their critical farming decisions are made without timely advice. That is, the agronomic advice that they're using is either outdated or out of time. This solution is not that there aren't any solutions that are solving it, but most solutions depend on the internet, and they do not have access to this for smallholder farmers. I'm Golden, and I'm a co-founder at eAgro, where we're building an offline AI infrastructure that delivers real-time agronomic advice for farmers using basic phones without requiring the internet, such as the smallholder farmer on the screen holding a simple phone. Now, smallholder farmers operate in a highly climate-sensitive environment where one agronomist can serve up to 5,000 smallholder farmers. This means that there's delayed support, pest outbreaks, higher costs, and even lower yields and poor harvest. The result is not just lower income. It's going to affect loan repayment, insurance, and overall farm resilience for the smallholder farmers. Looking at most digital agriculture solutions, they fail at the last mile because they're going to require smartphones, internet, and cloud dependence. This now excludes over 55 million smallholder farmers. So even when a model is good, the delivery system is all wrong. Now, at eAgro, our solution is offline AI, not cloud-dependent AI. Our models run locally on the edge system. They process satellite and agronomic data and work without continuous internet. We've built this for the offline environments and the reality in the environments that we stay in and that we live in. This is why it performs in places where cloud-first tools do not simply work. So let me walk you through on how our solution works. So we process the satellite data and the agronomic data. We run our AI crop models and computer visions locally on edge systems without connecting to the internet or without the smallholder farmer having to have an expensive or complicated phone. We then deliver the farmer support without continuous internet, and the output is simple for the farmer, powerful, and make real decisions that are local and adaptable to their realities on the ground. So looking at our business model is that the farmers are the end users, but the institutions are our customers. The institutions are going to go into the Farmers Union, the microfinance union, the NGOs, and the government programs, because what they need is better yields, lower risk, and improved program outcomes when they're working with smallholder farmers. This is where our money is. Looking at what has already worked is that in 2025, we managed to make a revenue of over 260,000, with 184,000 in the previous year in 2024. We've managed to secure over 6 B2B customers with over 10,000 farmers on our platform. Majority of our customers come from B2B, where over 60% of our customers mainly come from farming agencies and finance institutions. Now, looking at what makes us unique and how we operate is that we are not just solely focused on offline, but it is a combination of rural distribution, low-tech infrastructure, and low-cost automated delivery. So looking at our proprietary data engines, we've been able to lower the cost of delivering AI models by 70% compared to cloud systems and the current systems in the market. This has allowed us to go and scale in places where it is expensive for other competitors to be able to reach. Looking at our impact, we've been able to have a strong measurable impact where we've increased the yields with over 10% for the farmers that we work with and increase their income by over $113 per hectare for the farmers that we work with. From here, we are targeting over 25,000 farmers in the next year and over 250,000 in the next 5 years, helping over 1 million people to be impacted by this. So all this has been possible by having a stellar team that combines AI, software engineering, agriculture, and finance. We have an 11 full team members, that is mainly 6 seasonal workers and an advisors that is deep operational and sector expertise. This matters as it's not just a technology problem as you look at it, but it's an infrastructure and distribution problem. As we come here, we are currently raising a $750,000 round that will mainly be a safe at an $8 million post-money evaluation cap. The main of this is going to go to edge rollout, our team and talent, and data set refining and marketing. This is going to give us the fuel to scale and to be able to increase our impact of what's already working. As we close, our opportunity is simple. If farmers get access to agronomic intelligence without needing the internet, they make better decisions, reduce waste, and improve their yields and build resilience. So we are here so that you can back e-agro to help smallholder farmers in Africa.
Thank you so much for your project and for your presentation. So can we go ahead with the jury question, please?
Sure, yeah, thank you so much. Is that working? So my question is just to hear a little bit more about competition. This is a really dynamic field and a lot of actors are moving forward, and just want to hear a little bit more from you about how you see the competition and how your cloud-based, your non-cloud-based solution is unique, but certainly there are others also pursuing that. So how are you seeing the competition? Thanks.
Right, so the technology is still in early development. Yes, we do have competitors. But one of the things that's making us stand out is how we've managed to reduce the weights of the AI models. We've managed to reduce them by over 70% and allow them to run on simpler infrastructure, reducing the cost. This is pushing us to be at the forefront of the breakthrough in offline technology, in offline AI for smallholder farmers. So that's going to significantly reduce this cost of scaling for us.
Thank you so much. So please, a reminder to all of you to please vote. This is very important for us and for them. So now we can welcome Nafia from Crustea. A round of applause, please.
Good afternoon, judges and everyone. I'm Nafi, CEO and founder Crustea, advancing the future of sustainable aquaculture. I grew up in shrimp farmers community. Every day, I hear a same fear about the high operational cost and also a high mortality rate of shrimp. I became a farmer myself only to face a same nightmare. More than 50% shrimp mortality, crippling the energy bills and power shortage strangle the profit. This is not just my story, it's story of millions. At Crustea, we are turning the pain into the purpose. We are not outsider, we are the farmers fixing this aquaculture from inside. Let's end the cycle for the good. And the fact around 90% of aquaculture in Indonesia have the same problems. The first is about the high percentage of dead shrimp because uncontrollable dissolved oxygen level. Many shrimps need oxygen to live and grow. Without oxygen, the shrimps will be dead. And second is high fuel operating costs. Many shrimp farmers in Indonesia have high expenses till more than $6,000 per month. For mid to high level income farmers and for smallholder farmers, they don't have electricity access. At the same time, Indonesia has the biggest opportunity in shrimp export target till 250% in this year. It means that it still needs more shrimp cultivation till now. So we must solve this problem to increase the oxygen levels, the farmers' productivity, and reduce their operational costs. As engineer, we have the solution for transforming this aquaculture. Eco-Aerator, the first eco-friendly and smart aerator in Asia. Our innovation is greater than others because we have innovative impeller that can produce more dissolved oxygen levels integrated to solar panel and smart energy system to monitor and control the energy usage real time and also giving the early warning system about the technology condition and can integrate to AB system with 4 parameters for monitoring and controlling the water quality in real-time condition. It is not only monitor but also control. If the water quality is not good condition, the aerator will be on automatically and otherwise. We have smart system on that. Surely from our system, it can increase the quality of shrimp, fish twice, and also reduce their operational cost till 80%. We have the potential market size in Indonesia. We have more than 5 billion US dollar, and currently we have more than 1,000 farmers in our ecosystem. We are getting the revenue from 40% technology sales, including direct selling cash, leasing, renting, and platform as a service, and 40% from farm management, including building the pond and revitalization of the ponds, consultation for the farmers and technical assistance, and the rest for trading for the shrimp and fish. We are building the ecosystem from upstream to downstream by technology. Our business is impactful. Besides, we can increase the farmers' productivity, reduce their operational costs. We also can reduce the greenhouse gas till 23,000 ton carbon dioxide, and having more than 60% women management and empowerment and support sustainable development goals. Currently, our technology is already implemented in all the farmers all around in Indonesia. We have more than 20 partners from national and international for adopting our technology. And also we have international funder from P4G partnership. We are start in end 2022 by research and product development. And in this year, we focus to the market expansion, diversification of technology, and build advance of aquaculture that has projected revenue more than 1.5 million US dollar, and for the next year, we focus to build the ecosystem from upstream to downstream sustainable ecosystem that has projected revenue more than 4 million US dollar. Currently, we are rising in 1 million US dollar for adopting more than 2,000 farmers and making revenue more than 10 million US dollar and build sustainable ecosystem of aquaculture. This is our team that have experiences and expertise in management and innovation, sustainable technology, aquaculture, AI, IoT, and also we are having advisor from aquaculture practitioner. So we believe that our team can make our business growth. Okay, everyone, let's collaborate with us for making sustainable ecosystem of aquaculture, and thank you.
Please vote again, and we are ready for the next question.
This is going to be a difficult job for the judges here today. This is fantastic. I really like the way that you've described the project. I really like how thoughtful that the project seems to be in sort of addressing different elements of the value chain. My question is, when you talk about the operating costs for these farmers, presumably they don't have a lot of money to also invest in new technologies. How are you going to overcome their sort of access to financing problem or their lack of financing problem in order to facilitate the purchase of your product?
Okay, thank you. Actually, in Indonesia, we have two categories of the farmers: big farmers, intensive, and semi-intensive, and the rest is smallholder farmer. So for the big farmers, they have capability to pay our technology because our technology starting from 1,000 US dollar, 100 US dollar according to the pond size and intensification. The point of the view for the big farmers is how be useful for the technology, the before and after implementing our technology, how the benefit. And the challenge is for smallholder farmers. In Indonesia, we still have around 60% smallholder farmers. And currently, we make partnership with the financial institution for giving the microfinancing access, and still ongoing progress on that. But the ongoing condition is we propose to the big company for implementing their corporate social responsibility for buying our technology and technical assistance or the service for empowering the smallholder farmers, the first thing. And the second thing, we collaborate the government because the government having a program for increasing the smallholder farmers' productivity. So yeah, we still looking for the microfinancing financial institution fit for the smallholder farmers in Indonesia. But for the ongoing condition, we also propose to the smallholder farmers and already ongoing, the smallholder farmers can buy our technology after harvest. So we make technical assistance and consultation for successful cultivation. After their success in their cultivation, they can buy our technology after harvest. Thank you.
Congratulations. And with that, we're wrapping up our early venture stage entrepreneurships. Now we're gonna move on to the idea stage, yes. So first off, we have Pampa Technologies, and with us, we have INT.
Good afternoon. My name is Int, and I'm from Panfa Technologies. I'm sure that most of you in this room has rice before. Surely, it's delicious. But more important than that is its economic value. Around the world, it feeds 4 billion people while keeping 140 million employed. However, its cultivation process poses a critical issue because the methane it emits constitutes more than 50% of greenhouse gas that emit from agricultural sector in Asia. And this contributes to climate change, which not only detrimental to the planet, but also for the farmer as well, because rising heat contribute to more extreme weather even, which lead to less yield. And for farmers, 100 million of them who is already in poverty and live off a slim profit margin, this is their lifeline. Luckily, there's a solution to this, and it is called AWD, alternate wetting and drying. It is a practice where farmers dry the rice field in pattern, which the bacteria which create methane is killed, and the benefit to this is clear. It emits 50% less methane, use water less by 1/3, and create a more resilient crops. However, the challenge to this is that AWD isn't being widely adopted among farmers. That's due to 3 issues: lack of impetus, high effort required to do AWD, and most importantly, insufficient incentive for the farmer to transition from the practice they have done for generation. And seeing these gaps, organizations around the world, the government, or even the World Bank has been trying to push for AWD to work. They did a program like capacity building, or even a direct monetary support. However, the scale of success had been limited. That's due to a few reasons. For example, the capacity building is difficult to scale, and it requires a lot of resources to scale it in regional level. And most of these programs are funded by CSR budget or tax, which are often unreliable since it depends on political situation. And the other stream of funding, like carbon credit, remain unpractical due to high verification costs. So it would be here in which we, Manfaat Technology, as a tech partner, would step in to bridge this gap. So our service processes information from Google satellite data in order to do 3 of these following functions. So we use machine learning to detect and find the optimal way to do AWD. So doing this, the expertise gap would be eliminated, and AWD would be taken to the utmost efficiency. Then we will send this instruction and insight into the local water pump in order to completely automate the process and eliminate the effort gaps. Our goal, like right here, is for the farmers to do AWD without knowing how to do it and without knowing that they're even doing it. It's completely hand-free. Then we will generate a carbon credit report with a 1/10 of traditional means, and also provide them with a low carbon footprint level. Not only that this would close an incentive gaps, but it also improves farmer livelihood as well by increasing their revenue by carbon credit and increase product value in the global export market. So with this, we will also sustain our business by charging 6% commission fee in a revenue gained from carbon credit. And yeah, so that we can grow along with farmer as well. So looking at our market, in 6 countries that we're aiming for, around 18 million hectares of AWD is already being implemented. This means that we could immediately deploy our product at scale. And this number is expected to rapidly growing as well due to government support and tech enabler like us. And how, though, could we access this group of market that we recognize well is that it's kind of hard to penetrate? The answer to this is that we will operate in B2B and B2G model by contacting and selling our product to a focal point in which I mentioned earlier. We could gain a large base of customers all at once, and it would ease our training and installation process as well. And here is our rough timeline. In year 0 to 2, we're operating in Thailand and developing a product. In year 3, we will be doing in Vietnam and Philippines. And in year 4 and 5, we will achieve our target market, which is in India and China. So we hope that we could alleviate the poverty of hundreds of millions of farmers around the world by increasing income while mitigating the impact of rice farming. We hope that Ban Pha could be a part of the vision in which we all saw as we walk into this building, a world free of poverty in a livable planet. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and for that presentation. Our jury question.
You want me to take it? Cool idea.
Thank you, Jay.
Thanks for the inspiring pitch. I really liked how you addressed the technology component around being able to automate the irrigation. I think that addressing that aspect of the problem was really interesting. The challenge that I came to in looking at addressing those 3 areas was around the incentives, and particularly around the pricing, being able to reduce the cost of verification for carbon credits by, was it 90%? It was 1/10 the cost I think you were predicting. So I don't know if you can provide any more details about how you're doing that, what types of, I know you want to leverage technology, but yeah, if you can speak to that a little bit. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you for your question. So typically, right, in AWD, in order to verify the carbon credit, to do that, you need an auditor, right, which is a person to go on the right field and do a node and go see if the farmer actually do AWD, right? And that is costly, because of transportation costs and the human costs. But using the satellite, right, we could also verify that farmer actually do AWD by using 2 index called NDMI and DVI, which is a moisturizer and a vegetation index, in order to predict that farmer actually do the AWD. So by doing this, we could actually cut human costs like completely. The only cost that is 1/10 that we do have would be a compliance cost to fill the report to the Carbon Credit Authority, which mostly would be a government. So yeah, by using a satellite, I think we could completely eliminate costs. And at big scale, we actually can aggregate this report into one big report, and we can even cut this cost further. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And now, moving forward with our second idea stage project, we have Sankofa Fresh. Rhoda, welcome you on stage.
Hello, everyone. Imagine Ekia, a smallholder tomato farmer in rural Ghana. She finally manages to fill up her crates with fresh produce of tomatoes in order to gain some income to support her family. But even before the produce reaches the market, many of it begins to spoil. In Ghana today, nearly 30 to 50% of fresh produce is lost at a harvest. Like Ekia, it's not because the farmers failed. It's not because the produce are of poor quality. But then it is because there are no nearby cold storages, inconsistent produce supply and quality, limited market information, unreliable electricity, and existing solutions miss the mark. For smallholder farmers, this means lost income. For the consumers, this means increased prices. For the youth, this means missed economic opportunities. That is why we created Sankofa Fresh. Sankofa Fresh combines community cold storage, an offline digital marketplace, and AI sensor monitoring all on one platform. Farmers book to store their produce through SMS or an app. Produce are stored, graded, and preserved on in our cold storage hubs. Buyers place their orders on our marketplace platforms, and our logistic partners coordinate delivery. The results are simple: less spoilage, better prices, steady supply, and the creation of local jobs. Our first innovation is the pay-per-use community cold storage hub. We provide communities with modular cold storage rooms near farming clusters. Farmers only store or pay for the produce they store. We also go ahead to train local operators to manage intake, grading, and storage, and eventually re-employ these people retrained. Our second innovation is the offline first digital marketplace. Many rural farming communities do not have access to internet connectivity. As a result, Sankofa Fresh operates both offline and online. Farmers are able to gain information on market prices, weather updates, buyer information and networks, and logistic coordination all on one platform designed for rural realities. Our third innovation is the AI sensor monitoring. Our sensors track temperature, humidity, door activity, and power conditions within our storage hubs. When conditions become risky, alerts trigger before spoilage occurs. This ensures food safety, quality produce, and operational efficiency. Our target markets are smallholder farmers, traders, retailers, and restaurants. The timing is right. The time is now. This is because mobile phone adoption continues to grow, IoT sensors have become very affordable, and modular cold rooms have become very accessible. We generate revenue through three main sources: storage fees from our storage hubs, marketplace transaction fees, and logistic coordination fees. Our success is realized or measured through real outcomes, like the reduction of spoilage or post-harvest losses, raised farmer income, and the creation of jobs for the youth and then for communities. And then our first pilot aims to demonstrate measurable spoilage reduction, improved farmer income, and a proven operating model for one community hub that can be replicated in other communities. Our model is very scalable as well. Each cold storage hub is a self-contained playbook that can be replicated across districts. Our marketplace and mobile tools reach new users without significant additional infrastructure needed. And every new hub creates about 4 to 6 jobs for local communities and the youth. For feasibility, we use widely available cold room technology, commercially available sensors, and offline-friendly mobile tools to first create our pilots, to validate our model, and to replicate and scale up in a disciplined way. For the first 6 months, we hope to first launch our model, our pilot model, and then validate the model eventually for the next 18 months, and then refine our technology after validation. After that, we hope to replicate our model across districts in Ghana, districts and regions in Ghana, and eventually across Africa. For our pilot funding, we hope to receive pilot funding, cold chain partnerships, and connections to buyer networks to launch our first community hub and prove the model. We are hoping to seek about $25,000 for our first pilot, for which much investments are going to go into our community cold hub infrastructure. We are George, Rosemary, Rhoda, and Joshua, and we believe that if farmers are able to access cold storage hubs and also get access to better markets, we would be able to have entire communities benefiting as a whole. At Sankofa Fresh, we say fresh today, better tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Our question from the jury, please.
Love the energy, love the presentation. Thank you. One question to you is that when you ask buyers why they don't source from local markets, very often what you hear is that they have a hard time relying on constant supply, and as a result, they may end up importing. Think, for example, about in the hospitality sector. So is there anything that you may do across the value chain to also increase access to markets for the farmers who would actually use your services?
Yes. So, like we mentioned, our platform links farmers to buyers. We match our farmers to buyers. So we coordinate delivery from our farmers to our buyers. And then to increase the supply for our farmers, we are putting together farmers to be able to scale up their farm produce in our cold storage hubs. Then we're able to transport them to our markets when buyers are actually looking for the produce. Yeah. I don't know if, yeah. Thank you.
Great job. Thank you very much. And finally, for our last presentation of the day, we have Lesto Circular. Lee, welcome.
Meet Mr. Lim. He's the manufacturing business owner. In the back of his warehouse, there are assets which he hasn't touched for years. In his words, I've been paying to store things I don't even use. Every part of it costs me. Now meet Mr. Raj, a small workshop owner. Trained, skilled, and ready to build something. He just needs materials, surplus, used equipment, anything workable, but he struggles to find it. Mr. Lim has exactly what Mr. Raj needs. SMEs employs more than half the global workforce, yet the single biggest barrier to starting one is not talent, not ambition, is the access to productive assets. Our model is a circularity engine. Underutilized assets flow from companies like Mr. Lim's. Youths gain practical skills, businesses are created, income is generated, and impact data is captured. More assets are recovered. Every cycle is stronger than the last. One loop, exponential impact. All surplus items are given a unique ID called Digital Asset Passport, which records its value, conditions, and recovery potentials. Our AI layer classifies each asset, calculates its best circular outcome, and routes it, whether that is redeployment, resale, refurbishment, or recycling. Document automations handles its compliance instantly. Every transaction fits a circular data layer, ready for ESG, EPR, and circular economy reporting framework. Every asset we deploy creates jobs across resale, logistics, repair, entrepreneurship. Extended asset life reduces demands for new manufacturing and emissions. But the impact I want you to feel is the moment Mr. Raj opened his first workshop for the first time. The time he sent his first invoice to his first customers, and the person he hires because now he can't. An asset does not just move, it multiplies. Raj stories can repeat 1,000,000 times. This model works anywhere idle assets and lockout entrepreneurs exist, which is everywhere. Our digital asset passports make it trusted and traceable across borders. The world is moving this direction. The global circular economy market is projected to unlock over $4 trillion of value by 2030. Industry asset recovery alone is $200 billion a year. We are building the infrastructure the market needs. Our revenue is diversified across transaction fees, subscription, managed services, logistics, and commissions. We are seeking funding for product and tech, market expansions, operations, and partnerships, building for a model that is already running. How you can help us scale? Pilot with us, bring real assets into the loop, and train with us. Help us put 100 youths through TVET partners and into circular economy livelihoods. And finally, open doors, introductions to industry and ecosystem partners who want to see this scale. Our solutions has gained recognitions through multiple owners and innovation programs, validating both the need and potential for scalable circular economy solutions. Starting with real transactions moving assets on the ground, we are building a growing ecosystem of businesses, partners, and community partners committed to turning underutilized assets into opportunities for entrepreneurships and income generations. We are a team combining finance, corporate strategy, systems, data science, machine learning, software, building the infrastructure the circular economy needs. Somewhere right now, a machine is sitting in a warehouse, costing someone money for nothing. And somewhere right now, a young person is lying awake, wondering if their moment will ever come. We are building the bridge between them for 100,000 young people by 2030. Every idle asset is a job waiting to happen. Help us make the wait end. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Everyone in the audience, please remember to vote as our jury asks the final question.
I mean, I love it. You know, this idea that we need to use technology to use our assets much more efficiently. I mean, it ties into so many things that are happening into the world. Everything from recycling to a circular approach to manufacturing to, you know, joint ownership of different things that are being used in the gig economy as well as in sort of you know, things like Uber and, you know, I mean, this is showing up in so many places, which I think is wonderful for all of us. I am a little bit skeptical about you know, the sort of costs that are going to be related to managing these sorts of individual assets in such a way that you're going to be able to think about them. Could you, you know, as if I were a child, could you just walk me through how one of these digital passports work? Is it, I mean, what does it look like? Would it fit in my hand? How exactly is this going to work? And what sort of categories of assets do you think you should start with? You know, presumably this will work with some assets, but will not work with others. So, you know, walk me through what that might look like as if I were, you know, as if I were just a kid.
Right. I think the best analogy we can think of is when you talk about payment, you talk about Stripe. But when you talk about circular asset flow, you talk about Lesto Circular. So that is the analogy that you can think of. It's the same idea, but we are building the infrastructure for circular asset flow. In terms of the how it works, the digital asset passport is basically a digital identity for surplus assets. Currently, there are no such system where you can track the conditions, recovery potentials, and value. So it's based on trust, but it's not. It's fragile without data and facts or even proof. And that digital asset passport is a powerful tool to increase trust and also enable traceability across the life cycle of the assets. And in terms of the, so let's start with an example. For example, when a business closes down, there are many assets to, you know, dispose, and most of the times the business owners are very busy and they have no time to think about how to dispose them properly and how to make sure that it goes to the right people. So with the we will come on board and then also assign digital identity for each surplus asset along with the conditions in the digital asset passports, and also share with the relevant parties through our partners, for including TVET partners and also entrepreneurs organizations. And from there, we managed to deliver the assets from the larger businesses to entrepreneurs and other people in need. We have already started with moving assets for food, F&B, food and beverage industries. So we have already seen the idea works on the ground, and we can see it's moving fluently because of the data that we have. In terms of the industry, what we should focus or not, we focus on the idea that we shouldn't focus just one industry, but we make it diversify. We started with food and beverages because the life cycle of assets is very short. So on average, food F&B businesses, they can operate around like 1 to 2 years or 3 years maximum. They will have to close the business and then move on. So that is the average of a food and beverages business. But for other industries, so for example, energy industry, oil and gas industry, which we are currently actively working with them in order to liquidating their upstream assets, so that would require a longer time. So this ensures we have all the consistency of supplies in terms of the industry, so the short-term, mid-term, and also long-term, like oil and gas and engineering industries. Yeah.
Thank you. It was a wonderful presentation.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
So now is the last chance to vote. We will go to all the projects by one. To those who haven't voted, please do it now.
First pitch, we heard from Bionic Soul, who has been developing technologies for amputees. Second, we heard from eAgro, who has been implementing climate-smart agricultural technologies. Third, we heard from Crustea, who are implementing climate-based technologies as well, but for the shrimp agriculture. After, we heard from Pampa Technologies, who are using satellite data and machine learning to scale rice production. Then, we love the enthusiasm. After, we heard from Sankofa Fresh, who are trying to reduce post-harvest loss using better refrigeration systems. And finally, we want all that support, yes. And finally, we heard from Leicester Circular, who are converting idle assets into opportunities through better business recovery, asset recovery, sorry. So thank you, everyone. We hope you get a chance to participate. And please, yeah. A huge congratulations to all our finalists. A huge thank you to our jury members. And it's now the hard task for you to deliberate while the audience is going to have another event. So we are going to deliberate. And please tune back at around 5:30 for the award ceremony, where we'll have the winner for each of the tracks, as well as the audience choice winner. Thank you.